Ready with the presentation ceremony for the second game of the Tri-Nation Series 2025. The game between South Africa and New Zealand. New Zealand winning by 6 wickets, a comprehensive chase in the end. With me in the presentation party, we've got Mr. Salman Nasir, CEO PSL, Mr. Abid Anwar, Chief Commercial and Retail Banking Group, Allied Bank Limited, Mr. Sohail Akbar, General Manager, Vigotel Mobile, Mr. Mohammad Zubair, Authorized Dealer, Inverex Solar Energy, Mr. Akbar Mumtaz, Board Member, Infinity Ventures, Pakistan. And now to the awards. Mr. Salman Nasir will present the Moment of the Match trophy to Matthew Bretsky. Matthew Bretsky for his 150, becoming the first player to get to 150 in ODIs on debut. And then Mr. Sohail Akbar will present the catch of the match, cash award of rupees 100,000 to Wayan Molder. His catch of Daryl Mitchell. Fabulous catch on the fence. Now Mr. Sohail Akbar will present the Master Blaster of the match, Vigotel. Mr. Sohail Akbar will present the Master Blaster of the match, Vigotel new 26 mobile phone to Matthew Bretsky for his 150 of 148 deliveries. Matthew again. A fabulous innings. What a way to start your international career. And now Mr. Akbar Mumtaz will present the Super Soft Dishwasher Bar Striker of the match, cash award of 150,000 to Matthew Bretsky again. 11 fours and 5 sixes in his 150. Fabulous, getting a few awards. Now, Mr. Mohammad Zubair will present the Inverex Solar Energy Energetic Batter of the match, cash award rupees 100,000 to Devon Convoy. He's got 97 with 9 fours and 1 6. And now I'd like to request the player of the match, which is Kane Williamson, to sign the bat for Al-Mara Foundation. And then Mr. Abid Anwar will present Allied Bank Player of the Match trophy and cash award of rupees 300,000 to Kane Williamson. 133 of 113 deliveries, 13 fours, 2 sixes. Kane, a few words, please. Kane, fabulous innings. Obviously, we suspect that the innings before against Pakistan helped you get back into form.
I think the conditions are a little bit different too, and today, was a good effort. I thought South Africa did an outstanding job to get to 300 after, a tricky start. There was a bit of movement there, and obviously Matty Bretsky with an outstanding 150, so incredible knock, and we had to work hard to chase it down. So, a great match for us, and we get a few days off now.
Yeah, in terms of preparation with the pitches that you play on, you're very adept against spin, but how happy are you with the form that you're in looking at the bigger picture?
Yeah, we're just going to keep going to different venues that probably require slightly different things. We had the night game last game and an early start today, which certainly had some different characteristics. So, as a team, it's just getting nice and clear when we turn up for our next match, hopefully the final of this, and then onwards into the Champions Trophy. So a lot of exciting cricket coming up.
Well, I'll tell you something interesting. Glenn Phillips got 100 of 72 deliveries and he absolutely smashed it. You quietly went to 100 of 72 deliveries today, and it seemed a very different innings, but the result the same. What
yeah,
are you
he's
on
a lot
about?
Stronger than me, so we have to do it differently. But no, look, it was great to be out there and build a few needed partnerships. Whenever you're chasing a score like that, that's obviously key. And Devon Conway there was huge in getting the runs that he did, and we put on that partnership together. So a really good team effort. Conditions that we're trying to get used to as quickly as possible, obviously coming from New Zealand, but a couple of good matches to start.
Thank you very much for the entertainment. See you again in Karachi a few days' times.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call upon Temba Bavuma, the South African captain. Temba, difficult game, but so many positives. 150, a debutant getting 2 wickets on the trot. For South African cricket on a whole, it bodes well.
Yeah, I mean, there were some positives at the end. Like you mentioned, a guy like Mary on debut, scoring 150. I think the other guys as well, from a bowling point of view, chipped in. So, yeah, some good signs. I think obviously at the end, probably wasn't good enough. Probably didn't score enough runs. But yeah, I think we'll try focus a little bit more on those positives.
Just on the surface, when you started, there was a bit of seam movement. You were set in to bat. You did get to 300. You say you didn't get enough runs, but the battle up front was quite difficult.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky with that new ball. I think they obviously got the ball to go off the surface a bit, to nip around. That made it a bit of a challenge. But I think once that kind of went away, it did get a little bit easier, at least watching from the side. Would have liked to get a little bit more runs. But yeah, it was a bit tricky at the front.
Well, if you look at the positive, you go to play against Pakistan, and that becomes a knockout game, a straight shootout. And that bodes well because the ICC Champions Trophy is on a very similar format. You can't really afford to lose. Maybe you can afford to lose a game, but not many more than that.
Yeah, true. I think obviously from this game we'll have to be a lot better with our batting and our bowling. It's not going to get any easier. We'll play against a team who will be a lot more probably clinical in these conditions. So really, as a team, we're going to have to up our game. So, you know, it's a quick turnaround. You know, not a lot of time for us to have conversations or anything, but individually, we'll just have to be better than we were today.
Just before I let you go, a word or two on Bretsky. He was absolutely fabulous. 150 on debut.
Yeah, amazing. Look, I mean, he's one of those guys who's been waiting in the wings to get his opportunity. He's one of the few young guys now who plays in all the 3 formats. Probably hasn't done as well as he would have wanted in other formats. So to be able to start like this really seals that confidence and trust that the selectors have shown in him. So I'm sure you'll see a lot from Bretsky in performances like that. And, you know, hopefully he can go stronger and stronger in his career.
Thank you very much, and see you in Karachi in a couple of days' time.
Thank you.
Now, Mitch Satner, the New Zealand captain, they're through straight to the final, 2 victories on the trot. Mitch, another very satisfactory performance by your team. You go straight into the final. How pleased are you with the preparation now? 2 games, 2 wins, but lots of players in form.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Obviously, you want to win, but I guess different guys are performing, and stepping up at different times of both 2 games. So it's pleasing for the squad, and yeah, we got obviously another big game in a few days' time, but get to Karachi and rest up for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And the game in Karachi, then your opening game also in Karachi, so something to look forward to. Touch upon the fielding. The fielding has been superb. Yes, New Zealand, we already expect you guys to be very good, but you've taken it up a notch.
Yeah, I guess we pride ourselves on that. I think especially through the middle overs of one day, it can, especially on flatter wickets where there is partnerships, if you can try squeeze and make something out of nothing, it always helps. So it's something that you can control, and we pride ourselves on that.
Obviously, Williamson in form, but what about Convoy coming into the game as a force replacement, and he bats like he's not been out of touch at all?
Yeah, no, it was an outstanding knock. I guess that, Youngie looked good at the top as well, and then I guess that partnership with Dev and Kane there made things look pretty easy. On a pretty good wicket, I think it played definitely a little bit better than it did the other night. Looked like there was a touch more grass, so that kind of helped with a bit more bounce.
It's been easy in Lahore. We'll see you again in Karachi next time around.
Thank you.
So guys, that's it from the presentation ceremony from down here.